deep to the book of Galatians. We started in chapter 1 on Sunday, and today I'd like to focus us on verse 7. It says, some people are throwing you into confusion and trying to pervert the gospel. I'm reading from the NIV, but it's interesting that this is probably not the best translation, especially of the word pervert. Pervert the gospel. The actual word here in the Greek is reverse the gospel. Let me just read it again with the simplicity of that translation. Some people are trying to reverse the gospel. You say, why do you sound so interested in that? Because, and hear me on this, the order of things matter. Anybody who'd argue with me on that has not tried to put together a piece of IKEA furniture. You know what I mean? The order does matter. Or how about a mathematician's high-end math like composite functions? Order matters. Or how about a Hello Fresh recipe? Order matters. It just does. And that's what Paul's saying about the gospel. The order of the gospel is this. God loved us, so we respond by living good lives. In this particular account, though, there's a group within the church who's trying to reverse the order. And the reverse order of God loved us, so we live good lives is we live good lives so God would love us. Yikes. That reverse is no gospel at all. It's not a different gospel. It's not a better gospel. It's no gospel at all. It's what every other religion teaches, that if you do, you can earn God's approval. If you do this, if you do that, you'll get what? God's love, God's approval, God's acceptance. That's not good news. That's old news. That's every other religion on the planet. That's man-made attempts to find God. But here's the deal. You know and I know that God moved first. In your life personally, you know this, that the orchestration of events that led up to the very moment where you placed your faith in God, yes, in that moment you thought yourself freely giving yourself to God, but there was a whole line of things in linear time that happened that led up to that moment that if you look back, you'll recognize that God was at work. He was moving first. Paul says it this way in the book of Romans, chapter 5, verse 8. He says, while we were yet sinners, God loved us. Meaning that while we were in the very thing keeping us from him, he moved first. He loved us. So the order of the gospel is God loves us, so we live good lives in response. You see, if you reverse the gospel and you say, well, we live good lives so God loved us, the first question is how good? How good do you got to be? Is it your list, my list, the other group's list? Whose list of what good acts lead to God's love and acceptance do we follow? But when the gospel's right, when the order is right, when we are loved by God and in response live good lives, then that question gets answered by as good as you can possibly muster. Because there's no guilt, there's no shame attached to it, there's no requirement that has to be met. The requirement is met in Christ. It's been given to us in grace, and so we live thankful, humble. We respond with a sense of adoration and thanksgiving in our lives. We willingly choose the sacrificial path. We willingly give more. We willingly serve and honor him, not to get his approval, but because we have it. That's the order of the gospel. And order matters. That's as far as we can go for tonight. Love you. Mean it.